tea and birthday cake go oh so well together. Rightio, it is that time of the week again when we look back at the pretty goddamn episode of Power Rangers Super Megaforce, and let's say that this time, it's the first time I've seen it, I haven't said, that's a super mega win. But that's right at the end. So we're going to introduce the Silver Ranger. Huzzahs! And to be honest, this was awesome. It kind of reminded me a lot like Zeo when the Gold Ranger came in, and this is something completely different. So rather than a generic open up the city, the Silver Ranger lands on Earth and he's in what looks like an evil bad guy ship. So I'm thinking, and I'm gonna, well, obviously it's easy enough to predict that he has come and he's escaped from the Armada or from a different planet, which is obviously because he's in a spaceship. But this is kind of cool because this means that, you know, in Gokaiger, he was a fanboy and he was from Earth, and the Gokaigers were from space, and this time it's the other way around. The Super Megaforce Rangers are from Earth, and then you have the Silver Ranger who is from another country. So that's all good. The Silver Ranger, he walks away from the crash. He leaves and he heads towards the city, or basically somewhere you don't really know. This scene made me laugh a little bit. You have the Rangers, and again they're looking at black hole physics and stuff like that on the blackboard, but he's not talking. Teacher's like going, hey, you know, we're happy. Power Rangers saving us, you know, mankind, blah 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 blah. He's like, this girl goes, yeah, because it's due to the Power Rangers, son. Not really, but she does say it's due to the Power Rangers, and everyone and all the Rangers are like, yeah, that's because of us. We're winning this battle. Like that apparently. You know, Jake's like, yes son, gonna get this done, gonna get this done. And then Troy's like, whoa, hello, gonna rain on all your parades here. It's actually due to the fact of the human spirit and everything, and it kind of made me laugh because at the very end of the scene, you know, everyone's like, oh god, that's so good, it's good, and he's like, yeah, and the Ranger's like, oh, yeah, kind of. And he's like, yeah, I got an applause from you guys, ha ha! So then again, the bad guys now talk about the best thing, and one thing that I've always said, if you want to defeat the Power Rangers, it's very simple, and here's some easy steps. Make sure that you send down lots and lots of people. Overrun them, make them tired so they cannot fight you. This is the simplest way you can do it. Rather than sending one monster a week, they will recharge and they will come back better. And that's apparently how you do it. The guy's like, yeah, send down all the X-Borgs, just send multiple bad guys around, and again, they're minions, so they don't really have minds of their own. Afterwards, there's a call. One thing is they've not got really subtle. Where the Rangers back in the day used to have the communicators, and when they got a call, they were like, oh, we're gonna run off to somewhere secluded. Now it's just like willy-nilly, let's call them. Let's just go beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. And it's not a subtle one, it's not like a doo, 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 which could be used for anything. It's like don't know why I did that. So basically they go off, and then there's X-Borgs, there's millions of X-Borgs just dropping down, and there's wave upon wave upon wave, and someone's beating them. And you know, it's like, well, the Rangers are going, Now, I'm not a detective, but if I was one of the guys at the building site, or the yard, which happened, and all of a sudden 5 teenagers just suddenly appeared in different colours, I'd be suspecting that they were the Power Rangers. And it's like, So these X-Borgs, they attack these workers, which is before they all turn up. And yeah, so they're all like running and stuff. And I was thinking, why is this guy jumping on a forklift truck to escape? You're faster than a forklift truck. Just cheese it out there, and no one will be more the wiser. The Rangers turn up at different locations around the city because, again, Gosei's robot, Tensu's like, hey, I'm gonna call you at all points of the day and make sure that we can get your all identities out. And the evil plan. It's actually Tensu who wants to destroy the Rangers, and he's doing it ever so well. Rangers appear up at all these locations, and suddenly all these X-Borgs are being attacked. So what does that mean? Oh, someone else is doing it. And then this person turns around and says like, basically the Rangers ask, and they say, who did this? And they're like, it's a Silver Ranger. And they literally go, what? The Rangers now appear at the yogurt stand, the Ernie's, and yeah, and basically Gia's like, she's walking in, so this guy just instantly bumps into her, and then starts the really awkward holding the shoulder to make sure you're okay. It's just like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I am sorry that I bumped into you. I am really sorry. And she's like, wanna let go of me right now? But she gives that whole little, hey. I'm thinking, is this someone you're gonna go after? You know, you've already said that you like Jake to some degree, and you're like going, what? So Red Ranger orders Froyo, and it's just like, Jake's like, yeah, son! Yeah! I'll get the next one. Can I borrow some money for the next one? And it's just like, what? What? Okay, why would you say that? And then the Rangers get another call, and again, it's not like a very subtle thing. It's like, and you're thinking, yeah. So Rangers then run off, and they then find these X-Borgs and this bad guy, who has the thing with the neck. And this is, I think it's the one where they've just finished fighting Basco and Gokaiger. So they transform, and again more American footage is used, and this is quite funny because it's nice to see it. Again, they morph into the Megaforce Rangers, they fight for a while, and it's nice seeing American footage being used. Then they transform into Gokaiger. The scenes, the background scenes changed quite a lot, which to me was a bit but then again it was nice to see a mixture of Japanese and American footage completely together. After a while, they all turn into the Lost Galaxy Rangers, and they pull out the Jake then suddenly says, you know what, I'm going to attack you, guy. I'm going to attack and kill you, basically. And they didn't take out the dragon dagger footage, so when you see that blade pop down, it's actually the dragon dagger, and a lot of people are complaining about it, but at the end of the day, my main concern is I don't know why they kept that in, because they filmed a lot of footage. I'm sure that they could have superimposed the Quasar Saber to go down on it instead, but they didn't. And then suddenly the Silver Ranger turns up and takes out all the other X-Borgs, and that's quite cool. One thing, when the Silver Ranger is introduced, it does remind me of the Gold Ranger entering in Zeo. No one knows who it is, so I'm glad that kind of gave that, that whole essence. The Silver Ranger takes out all the X-Borgs, and then he runs off and he disappears, and then they all try to figure out who it is. They see this new guy working at his Froyo stand, because that's the cool kids, what they're eating in New Zealand and apparently America and stuff like that. And it looks like she's like, oh, wait, I know you. I've seen your silver band, so therefore that must mean that you are a Silver Power Ranger. So she doesn't kind of like acknowledge it, and he leaves, and then suddenly the bad guy turns up again, and the Rangers fight him again. And again, the whole thing is like, no one kind of trusts him because he's new, but he proves that he is really strong and really powerful. And a little bit of dark energy, a little bit of darkness there, because he's like, look, you destroyed my building, you destroyed my planet, so you know this is revenge, vengeance has started, and I kind of like it. I don't know why. I think it's nice. It's nice seeing the aspect of Guy as he is moving about and doing his stuff, but I really like there's a little bit of darkness. We're going to find out a lot more as it pops up in the season, in the series, should I say. Small out, he takes the necklace off, which is the bomb, and throws it away and destroys it, and then just walks off. And again, they used previous footage because I don't know why they couldn't be bothered to refilm a short scene, so they just used stock footage again from the previous part of the episode. And then at the end, it's quite, I thought, which would have been interesting to actually have the Silver Ranger, he's just standing there, and it's like, well, what's going to happen? You know, it looked like he was going to run off, because it looked like he was superimposed that he was just going to run off to, you know, to be like, oh, he's disappeared. But he takes his helmet off, and he's like, oh my god, I know who you are! Which is obviously the thing. And then it cuts out then. So I really enjoyed this episode. It's a brief rundown of what actually happened. I like that the prince is, he said that he set the bomb, and everyone's like, huh, so it's a bit trickery. So he's willing to destroy them, but also he was willing to send down every single monster down to the planet, or the X-Borgs, rather, monsters, and overrun the Rangers. And that's what they should be doing, constantly just overthrow millions of X-Borgs. Now when the X-Borgs drop down and they use that big chain thing, it's like, make sure you have lots of them about, because that would be interesting, and it just, that's how I would see it. If I was to destroy the Power Rangers, I would make sure that I would do that. I would just send down lots of X-Borgs and just overrun them and make them tired and they can't fight. So this is a very good episode. It reminded me of Zeo. It basically captured that whole essence of when the Gold Ranger in Zeo was on top of the mountain going like, Zeo! And it just basically attacked them all, and no one knew who it was. I like that, and I'm kind of interested to see if they do that in the next episode, or you know, what his story is. So the Silver Ranger, I think, is probably now going to be the most interesting one because of his backstory, his training, everything. So how did he get the keys? Is it going to be solid? Is it going to follow the same suit? You know, is he going to literally grab these keys? So I'm going to make a prediction on this one. I think that what happened is, when his plane was being destroyed, he grabbed the morpher and the keys, because it was being experimented on. They've all said that Gosei should know this, but then again, I think Gosei will then turn around and say, oh, it's you, or I didn't know about you, but there are other powers. So I think this is where you can see like Power Rangers Blitz, Power Rangers New Powers. I reckon that they'll come out and that'll be him, and there'll be some sort of link. I don't know. So this is a really interesting episode. It was shot nicely. There were a few mistakes obviously with the Dragon Nugget and some of the location shots, and it felt like when one of the bad guys was there, it's like they couldn't cut the footage together, so there was no passage of time, but it looked like he was like, oh, I've got my necklace now, or I've got my necklace, or my whatever it is, and we're going to do this and we're going to win it next time. And I just think there was no kind of cut, no kind of break, but apart from that, it was a very, very good episode. I'm very excited for watching tomorrow's episode, not tomorrow, next week's episode. That's going to be the main thing. So tell me what you guys, if you've seen the episode, what do you think about this? Do you think that it's nice seeing a Silver Ranger with a darker history, or would you prefer to him being more like a fanboy? Let me know down below in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, favourite and subscribe. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. It's great. We talk about these Power Rangers every single Sunday, and it might be released on a Monday, or mainly on a Sunday. So let me know down below, and I will see you guys in a bit.